And then of the many people, I saw this one, and I saw your reaction to it too. LeBron putting up, congratulating you on the book, and how it's awesome for you to be able to overcome your shortcomings and obstacles life put in front of you. True leader and king, definitely supporting and ordering your book. And then 2 days later, there he is holding up your book and pointing to it. I mean, come on,
It's
man.
just wild. I don't even know what to think. I'm gonna reveal this. I don't know LeBron that well. We know each other, obviously. And he only knows me from highlights, and he's a basketball historian. Every time that dude sees me, and the first time I met him was fresh out of rehab, and I think he knew it. And he came up and said, "Sexy Rexy." He says it every time and hugs me, gives me big love. I saw him in Phoenix a couple of weeks ago at the Suns Lakers game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first time I've seen him since Bronny had his heart issue last year, his son. And he gave me the same love, came up to me, and I just pulled him aside for a second. And I said, "Hey, man, I'm really, really excited about Bronny getting back out there." And I let him know that I know people have their opinions on Bronny. I'm a Bronny James fan. I've watched him grow up, and I've watched him play against Reed Shepherd, Jeff Shepherd's son, who plays at Kentucky. They've been playing against each other since they're 12. In my opinion, they're both longtime pros in the NBA. And I'd pass that along to LeBron. And, that's his baby, man. It's his oldest baby. He and his wife been through it. Their son's heart stopped in college. I can't imagine anything more terrifying. So I told him that. And then here we are. I released the book a week later, and he just does this on his own.
Huh.
What a guy. What a guy. Man.
I'm glad you told the backstory because I even thought, okay, book comes out, you pull every string you can to help
No,
promote it or anything. He did that on his
on his
complete
own.
lonesome.
On his own. Yes.
Okay. You got the
And
book
I've
and
had
you took a
I've had
picture.
everybody reach out. Stephen Curry, of course, Stephen's in the book. He's my little buddy, but
Right.
Kevin Durant, you name it. Everybody that you can think of has just because honestly, Seth, there I go, Rich. I've been preparing myself for people to just hate me and hate the book, and also the book is selling, and I feel like the first year owner of a thoroughbred horse who goes to the Kentucky Derby. I have, and there's people been in the book business forever that, they look to sell a book. And I just wrote this with Seth, hoping that a few people might, mainly my parents, my kids, my ex-wife, and my friends and their kids could feel proud of me again, at least in some small way. So I'm very heartened about the book.
Well, I will just say this to anybody out there who's listening and watching right now. And I will say this, especially since this show is frequently on the air on a lot of news talk stations and people who might not have the same, what would you say, I guess, political, cultural opinions as you. Okay.
Right.
But, and that's part of what's also, upsetting about this country is you have a political discussion and it'll eventually turn personal for a lot of people, demonizing one side instead of, and sometimes sports, which should be the great connector, that even gets pulled into it. Right.
Right.
The bottom line is what you're talking about knows no political boundaries, 0.0 political boundaries. What you are talking about, everybody knows somebody who's gone through it. So I would counsel to say, even if they think, oh God, here's Rex, they should listen to your story, brother.
Rich, I couldn't agree anymore. Earlier someone said to me, or yesterday, I forget when it was, it's all running together. Someone said, well, look, Rex, you got to cut yourself a break. You had all those surgeries your last few years and you came by this problem honestly. That doesn't matter. I understand what the person is saying. The issue is once you're there, you're there. it doesn't matter how you get there. I got there because, yeah, I had some injuries, but also I may have come across that anyway if I found out it could numb my feelings and all of that. Or it doesn't matter if you go out on a 3-day bender on the weekend, and you party all weekend, and now you're addicted. What happens now? What happens? You're there, and you got to get out. Doesn't matter how you got there. You just got to find a way to dig yourself out. And I can't recommend therapy any more than I already have. And I can't recommend opening up to friends, close friends, leaning into people. Have somebody around you that goes, "How are you doing, man? No, really, how are you doing?" I would never answer those questions. I'd deflect and make a joke and just get out of an awkward situation. I could never admit that I wasn't okay. And it's okay to admit that.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.